As I arrive at the imposing castle, the faint sound of Blueberry Muffin's cry for help echoes within its walls. However, I notice that Yoshi cannot accompany me into the castle, leaving me alone to face whatever awaits me inside. Not wanting to face the castle's mysteries alone, I am grateful that Blue Toad can still enter. He bravely steps into the ominous building, ready to assist me in rescuing Blueberry Muffin. As I cautiously make my way through the eerie corridors, I come across a formidable obstacle, a fire bar relentlessly spinning its way towards me. In a momentary oversight, my approach isn't quite fast enough, and I get struck by the fire bar, losing my hammer suit ability. However, Blue Toad remains unscathed, proving his resilience. As I carefully navigate the treacherous path, I suddenly misstep and fall, landing squarely on top of a dry bones. The impact causes the dry bones to crumble, defeated in an instant. Unfortunately, just when I thought I had taken down the dry bones, it unexpectedly reassembles itself and retaliates with a well-timed bone attack. To my dismay, my super abilities are taken away, leaving me vulnerable. Determined to help me out, Blue Toad comes to the rescue by throwing a hammer at the dry bones. As I approach the block, ready to strike, Blue Toad swiftly intervenes and strikes it beforehand. Out pops a flower, but instead of disappointment, I am met with a burst of color. Blue Toad, seeing my temporary sadness, kindly offers me the flower, its vibrant petals lifting my spirits. Just as the flower vanishes and my clothes turn light blue, we spot another dry bones approaching. Before we can react, it hits Blue Toad, taking away his hammer suit, leaving us both vulnerable. In a moment of desperation, I quickly grab an ice ball and hurl it at the dry bones, freezing it solid, stopping it in its tracks. As Blue Toad witnesses my transformation into the ice strawberry, he identifies the form and provides valuable information. He explains that it is only achievable by procuring an ice flower, granting me the power to assume this icy persona. As we progress through the treacherous path, we spot a menacing Bob-omb, its explosive fuse ticking menacingly. Acting quickly, I stomp near it, startling the Bob-omb. Seizing the distraction, Blue Toad confidently leaps onto it and forcefully throws it against the wall, neutralizing the threat. The impact of the Bob-omb's explosion against the wall creates a large hole, providing us with a new route to continue our journey forward. We cautiously proceed through the newly created opening, only to be met with a sudden and alarming threat. A massive thwomp drops down above us, nearly crushing us with its weight. Faced with the seemingly invincible thwomp, I decide to take a risk and attempt a spin jump on it. Despite my efforts, the thwomp remains unaffected, but I persist, continuing to spin jump until I finally reach the top. However, the dizziness from the repeated action takes a toll on me. Noticing my success, Blue Toad then follows in my footsteps, also resorting to spin jumping to scale the thwomp and reach the same destination. As we regain our composure atop the thwomp, a chilling cry for help pierces the air. However, the voice doesn't belong to Blueberry Muffin. Casting my gaze to the right, my heart sinks as I behold a young girl trapped, surrounded by molten lava. Fear grips me at the sight. A peculiar block catches my attention, and without hesitation, I strike it. Out pops a curious-looking mushroom, and to everyone's surprise, it begins to flutter through the air like a makeshift propeller. Determined to rescue the young girl, I quickly grab the flapping mushroom and transform into a makeshift propeller power-up. Acting swiftly, I position myself right above the molten lava and propel myself towards the distressed girl, relying on the mushroom's power to carry me across the fiery abyss. Successfully rescuing the young girl, I pick her up and turn my attention to the incoming threat. 3 dry bones with wings, known as parabones, emerge, intent on impeding our escape. I don't waste a moment and use the power of the flappy mushroom to propel myself away, narrowly avoiding the attacking parabones. Blue Toad's excitement is palpable as I bring the young girl to a safe spot. He then explains that the power-up I'm currently equipped with is called Propeller Strawberry, a unique transformation only possible through the acquisition of a specific item, the Propeller Mushroom. He expresses his joy at seeing me possess this valuable power-up, emphasizing its rarity and usefulness. The familiar sound of Blueberry Muffin's cry for help resounds through the area, and we realize it's coming from the red door guarded by 2 hammer bros. Knowing that she's in danger, we quickly focus on devising a plan to bypass the formidable guardians and help Blueberry. In a moment of overconfidence, I decide to take on the Hammer Bros using my kung fu skills. However, the initial attempt goes awry, and I accidentally knock them both into the nearby lava. My reaction, a quick whoops, betrays a mix of surprise and remorse at the unexpected outcome.
Hee-ho-ha!
To my astonishment, the Hammer Bros manage to escape the fiery abyss, returning in an even more menacing form, Dry Bone Bros. Their transformation only intensifies the danger we face, signaling a more challenging battle ahead. I manage to deflect the bones they throw by kicking them back, but to my dismay, the Dry Bone Bros demonstrate their skill by catching the bones mid-air. Their nimble reflexes catch me off guard, displaying their newfound abilities. The Dry Bone Bros continue their relentless assault, and their next round of throws connects, causing me to lose my hard-earned propeller suit. The once helpful power-up disappears, leaving me temporarily vulnerable. In our retreat, I notice a block and decide to hit it. Out of it pops an unnerving-looking mushroom, its appearance and vibe sending shivers down our spines. Despite the eerie nature of the mushroom, I decide to gather my courage and swallow it whole. To my surprise, I find myself transformed, now able to turn invisible. Utilizing my temporary invisibility, I silently approach the Dry Bone Bros, taking full advantage of the element of surprise. As I reappear behind them, I let out a loud boo at the top of my lungs, causing them to panic and involuntarily leap into the nearby lava. Blue Toad explains that the power-up I now possess is called Spooky Strawberry, a transformation achieved by consuming a spooky-looking mushroom. As Spooky Strawberry, I become a specter, able to walk through walls and objects. With the power of Spooky Strawberry at my disposal, I turn intangible and proceed through the red door. As I enter, I once again hear Blueberry's voice, calling out in distress for help. As I take notice of the 3 blocks, I casually express nonchalance, feeling confident in my current abilities. However, Blue Toad, being the resourceful ally that he is, takes the initiative and swiftly collects all 3 items, Fire Flower, Ice Flower, and Hammer Suit, and puts them in the inventory, just in case. As I rush through another door, I immediately spot Blueberry Muffin trapped in a cage, her tears of fear and distress evident on her face. Just ahead, an intimidating figure stands in my path, exuding an aura of foreboding and menace. As the looming figure reveals himself to be Lemmy Koopa, member of the fearsome group of Koopalings, I feel a mix of trepidation and determination surging within me. As soon as Lemmy makes his presence known, the intense and ominous boss music fills the air, signaling the beginning of our showdown. In an attempt to use my spooky power-up to catch Lemmy off guard, I turn invisible and stealthily approach him. However, right as I reappear and let out a loud boo, intending to startle Lemmy, something unexpected happens. He just starts laughing at me. The next moment, I'm struck by his bad attack, and to my dismay, my spooky power-up vanishes, leaving me vulnerable. To make matters worse, a terrified Blueberry Muffin now shakes even more in fear, not one to be underestimated. Blue Toad charges forward to initiate the attack. However, Lemmy proves to be a formidable opponent as he counterattacks with his powerful shell, blocking Blue Toad's advances and catching him off guard. Seizing the opportunity after Lemmy becomes dizzy, I swiftly jump and land on his head. To my surprise, my actions cause him to withdraw into his shell, creating a momentary opening for us to capitalize on. As we both suffer a hit and are back to normal, frustration bubbles up within me, causing me to let out a loud stomping in a moment of anger and helplessness. Suddenly, to my utter disbelief, my transformation triggers into Fire Strawberry, setting my body ablaze with an intense fiery aura. As I struggle to grasp what just happened, Blue Toad swiftly reacts and throws me the Fire Flower we had collected earlier. As soon as I make contact with the item, the transformation is immediately triggered. Filled with newfound power as Fire Strawberry, I enthusiastically spam fireballs at Lemmy, believing I have the upper hand. However, Lemmy surprises me by catching each fireball and returning them just like a skilled baseball player would, effortlessly countering my attacks and keeping us on our toes. While narrowly avoiding another fireball, I witness Blue Toad being struck, causing him to be knocked off the platform. As the realization of Blue Toad's fate sinks in, a surge of anger and determination fill me. Ignoring the initial fear, I channel my emotions into spamming fireballs at Lemmy, using them as a diversionary tactic to keep his attention focused solely on me. I make a calculated leap onto his head once more. To my satisfaction, he instinctively retreats into his protective shell, creating another opening for further action. Amidst the intense battle, I suffer a hit and lose my powerful fire strawberry transformation, once more returning to my normal state. Recognizing the need to try something different, I decide to counterattack by spinning like a tornado, hoping to match Lemmy's strength with my own. Unfortunately, my attempted move is quickly thwarted as Lemmy retaliates with a powerful blow, sending me tumbling to the ground. As I stumble, I accidentally crash into a hidden block, revealing a secret item, a blocky mushroom. My attention is immediately drawn to it, curious about the potential power it may hold. With curiosity piqued, I decide to consume the mysterious blocky mushroom. A tingling sensation washes over me, and to my amazement, I notice that my clothes have transformed into earthy brown hues. In the middle of the intense fight, Lemmy's shell comes charging at me, prompting me to dodge quickly into the air. As I land, to my surprise, the impact creates a powerful shockwave that not only causes Blueberry Muffin's cage to swing back and forth, but also leaves me momentarily flabbergasted. Despite my best efforts to avoid Lemmy's shell, I find myself getting hit right away. The blow knocks the wind out of me, and I find myself struggling to regain my bearings. As Lemmy takes a moment to recover after crashing into a wall, I swiftly leap into the air to dodge his subsequent wand attack. Miraculously landing on the cage containing Blueberry Muffin, I see an opportunity to potentially help her. With Lemmy launching another attack before I can take action, I barely manage to dodge the magic blast. Shockingly, the attack hits the chain holding the cage, transforming it into a Goomba. Reunited with Blueberry Muffin, there's a moment of relief, but it's quickly interrupted as Lemmy launches yet another attack, intent on continuing the fight. In the heat of the moment, Blueberry Muffin and I find ourselves scared as Lemmy continues his assault. Just when we thought all hope was lost, Yoshi appears out of nowhere, secretly infiltrating the castle and grabbing Lemmy with his tongue. Yoshi begins spinning Lemmy, causing him to become dizzy. With a mixture of determination and courage, I seize the opportunity and make a final leap, landing on Lemmy's head once more. With a mighty effort, we defeat him together. Lemmy falls, marking the end of the battle. Blueberry Muffin returns to Strawberryland, sharing the news that she has spotted Morton taking Orange Blossom to the castle in Desertland. Upon leaving the castle, I reunite with Blue Toad, who explains that the mysterious blocky mushroom I consumed is called the Quake Mushroom. Its unique power allows its user to generate earthquakes simply by jumping,